everybody, and thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. This is Higher Levels with Shay. I am your host, Shantae, and today we're going to be discussing the different 4 blood types. And with the 4 blood types, we're talking about A, we're talking about B, AB, and O. We're also going to be discussing the different diets for that blood type, foods like superfoods that helps enhance their blood types, and then the foods that actually depletes the effects of that blood type. We're also going to be discussing sickle cell anemia and sickle cell disease, since that has something to do obviously with the blood type. So again, you guys know how I like to operate. I want you guys to interact. If y'all are learning anything from this live, make sure that y'all are liking, make sure y'all are sharing, and make sure y'all are inviting people to this live. So here we are about the blood types. So I don't know how many of you all even know your blood type. Like, how many of y'all know your blood type? You have type A, you have type B, you have AB, and you have O. And believe it or not, what you put in your body actually does matter. What you put in your body depends on your blood type as far as how your body is going to respond to it. And when I say respond to it, I mean the immune response. I'm talking about the way you function with your mentality, your intellect, and your physique, and your physical performance. Okay, so what I want y'all to do is, if y'all know y'all blood type, you don't have to type it in the comments, your actual blood type in the comments if you're not comfortable. However, how many of you all online actually know your blood type? And if you don't know your blood type, then say you don't know. Now, remember when we was on our last live and we was talking about cancer, I believe it was. I said for today's live, make sure you know your blood type. Good. And you know what? And a lot of people don't know their blood type actually. But for those who do know, so I see some of y'all saying I'm A positive. Somebody said I know mine. So yeah, if you're not comfortable, you don't have to put it in there. But good. And then there's also that difference as well. You have positive and then you have negative. And so let's say you're A negative. There's a huge difference between A negative and A positive when it comes to the way your body responds, specifically to women during pregnancies. And we're going to get into that as well. Good. All right. I mean, a lot of y'all know y'all blood type. So that's good. That's good. So we're going to start from the oldest blood type to the the newest blood type. So let's go back to ancient times. O is the oldest blood type. So if you're blood type O, and make sure y'all have y'all pens and y'all papers ready. And one other thing we're going to do is, for those who subscribe, thank y'all for subscribing. For those who subscribe, we're going to be going over for more exclusive content. We're going to be going over different disease processes for your specific blood type, as well as herbs to help those disease processes. So that's going to be after this live. So we're going to do this live first, and then for those who subscribe, we're going to have exclusive content, okay? Talking about your disease processes and talking about the different herbs. So let's get into O. Now, O blood period, whether you're negative or positive, y'all make sure y'all got y'all pens and papers written down. You guys are the most dominant. Yeah, and when I say dominant, I mean as far as hunters. As far as hunters go, people with blood type O is the oldest blood type. That was the first beginning of civilization. Human civilization was O blood type. Now, thank you, Ron, for subscribing. We have a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. So I'll see you with the exclusive content. So with the O blood type, you how can I explain it? So in the beginning of civilization, of course, you know, we had to gather food, we had to hunt for our food. And so for those who have O blood type, that is the oldest blood type. You are great when it comes to hunting down your food. You are more of carnivore eaters. Now, that's a high protein diet. Now, today's meat is nothing like how it used to be. Today's meat is full of hormones, injections, and like I said, man-made synthetic prosthetic man-made chemicals. However, back in the day, when it was just fresh meats, you all are notorious for being territorial, very territorial, And like I said, when it comes to hunting for your food and hunting for survival skills, O blood type is at the top. They're more protein based individuals. Somebody said, I'm O positive and I can't really eat meat. Not today's meat. Not today's meat. I don't recommend anybody to eat today's meat at all. At all. Hello, how are you? Hi, Reggie. Reggie's always here. So, going back to what I'm saying, you have the O blood type that's more so of a protein-based diet, and you can get your proteins. We'll go over different foods that you can eat. So your digestive characteristics is really affected with those of like, now you don't have the same digestive tract, but I'm just saying for example, as like cheetahs, wolves, lions, those really aggressive animals that hunt down foods. You're very fast. You're very concrete thinkers when it comes to you being able to scan your environment. That is an O blood type. Your specific exercise, if you are O type. Now you got exercises when it comes to, are you more so runners, more strenuous exercises like running, jogging, weightlifting, or are you more of meditating, more like yoga? For O blood types, you're more so, for O blood types, you're more so, your body thrives better when you are actually doing rigorous exercises such as running, such as bike riding. And for those who don't do it, I highly recommend for you to at least try it. You see what I mean? So just give it a try. See how your body actually responds more, because you are natural hunters. You're supposed to be, your body thrives more when you run. Your body, you feel a lot better. You feel like you get a second wind. You hyperoxygenate your cells, and you kick on your digestive tract a lot more. And your digestive tract, once you start to improve it, you're able to digest your foods a whole lot more. When you're talking about those O blood types, okay? So running, walking, treadmilling. Thank you all for the gifts and the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. That is more so of your speed. That's what's going to help your body more if you are O type. Now for A. Now A is the complete opposite. So you have in the beginning of civilization, O was the hunters. They were out there. They were the ones out there gathering the food. And like I said, they're sharp thinkers. They're very sharp thinkers when it comes to scanning the environment. When it comes to being able to hear and sense danger coming their way. O is very territorial. O, if they push themselves, is very athletic if they push themselves and understand their body type. A is different. A is more plant-based. So you thrive more off of, A was more like the farmers. So in the beginning of times while O was out there with their spears and hunting out for civilization, A was more so like, listen, I'm not going to overwork that hard for food. I'd rather just grow my own. So if you are A blood type, you thrive more with gardening, cultivating the land, actually growing your own foods. You thrive more off of a vegetarian diet. So this is for the A blood types. You thrive more off of fruits. You thrive more off of vegetables. Yes, you can eat like fish and everything, but you thrive so much more off of fruits and vegetables for A type. How many of A types are here in the... Thank you, Soshi. Soshi is my moderator. You know what? Let me see if I can add her actually as a moderator. That way she's able to pin. Let me go here so that she's able to actually pin some of these this great content that she is putting down there. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to add you, Soshi. And you all make sure you follow Soshi, okay? Follow her page. Okay. Okay, so then you should be able to pin the comments, Soshi. All right. So for A, we're talking about A blood type now. So check the comments. So she is in there and she's putting down everything about O blood type. Now for A blood type, went over O. Oh, let me go back. So for O blood type, let's go back to the medical. Let's go back talk about the medicines. We talked about the origin of O blood type. We talked about what diet is best for O blood type. But now let's go into the medicinal physical aspect of O blood type. So for O blood types are the universal donors. So they are the universal receivers. So when we're talking about blood transfusions, with O blood type, you cannot receive any type of blood. You can only receive O blood, O negative or O positive, depending on your ROGAM. But you can only receive O blood because your body is going to go into a defense mechanism and fight off of A antigens and B antigens. So you cannot receive blood transfusion from someone who has B blood type, and you cannot receive a transfusion for someone that has an A blood type. So I just want to make sure I put that out there. You can only receive blood from your blood type, which is O. However, you are a universal donor. You are a giver. You can give blood to A, you can give blood to B, you can give blood to AB, and you can give blood to O. So I just want to make sure I say that. That's one of the key points that I'm going to be discussing as well, as far as your blood types and whether you're a donor or a receiver. Okay? Now let's get to A blood type. So A blood type is compatible with O blood, and they're compatible with A blood only. A blood type is not compatible with B, and it's not compatible with AB. Even though you have, let's say you have a donor who's AB positive and you're A positive. Because of the B antigens in their body, your body's going to react, and you're going to have like an allergic reaction and a daily response to that particular blood. So you only can receive it from A, and you can only receive it from O. All right? So we're going to get into the RH negative and the ROGAM, the RH negative, RH positive. We'll get into those later. But for right now, we're going to go over the specific blood types. So that absolutely does matter. So let's say you A positive, you can't receive blood from someone who's A negative. Okay? Or if you're A negative, you absolutely can't receive blood from somebody who's A positive. All right? So let's get into blood type A. Now, blood type A, as I was saying, you all are the complete opposite from O. While O was out there hunting, blood type A was more so farming, cultivating the land. You're more of fruit eaters. You're more of sun. You like to sit in the sun. Your exercise regimen is completely different. It's not so much of you exercising, running, the rigorous exercises. It's more of the relaxation exercises like yoga, like meditation. Okay? That's fits your body a lot more. You'll feel your body respond physically when you're meditating. You'll feel your body responding more physically, and when you're more in a relaxing state. Your body, when I say your body immune system, all of that, the digestive system, all that responds better when you're meditating, because you got to think about the food that you're eating. Think about the food that you're eating. When it comes to, if you're eating fruits and you're eating vegetables, you have to allow your body some time to digest all those minerals and the proper nutrition that you're going to, the phytonutrients that you're going to need to help to fuel your blood and to fuel your immune system, and as well as your neurovascular system. So you will go over all the different foods, that exactly what it is that you will, need. You more so of like grains. You have to eat more grains, more fruits, more vegetables. Thank y'all for the hearts. If y'all are learning anything from this live, please make sure that you are tapping the screen and sharing this live to other people. Okay. So type A has more of a urban, long life living lifestyle. All right. So that's type A. All right. So Soshi in the comments, type A, they do more with a plant-based diet. Yep. Low impact, relaxation-based exercises. Absolutely. Completely different from type O blood type. So if you're type A, try some yoga, try some gardening, try meditating, sitting out there in the sun. Try to relax, try to put your body in a relaxive state. Okay? Good. Good, good, good. You guys are learning something, so that's good. That makes me feel good. Now, we're going to get into, do I have any questions for type O and type A before I go on to type B, blood type? Do I have any questions for type A and type O before I go on to type B? I'll give y'all some time to comment because this is extremely important. And then, like I said, for the at the end, we're going to be discussing the different diets, the foods that are more beneficial for your blood type, that helps enhance your body's physical abilities, and that will deplete your body's physical abilities. All right. Any questions? All right, we got one question. Go ahead and type your question in the comment. So that's a good question. You said you don't recommend today's meat. So what kind? So this is what I mean when I say a protein diet. So I don't recommend today's meat because today's meat isn't even real meat. It has a lot of chemicals inside of it. It has a lot of hormones injected into it. It's 3D printed, and it's just not healthy for anyone to consume. However, you can get your proteins from other foods. But when you eating red meats and you eating red meats, lamb, they're getting their protein from the fruits, the vegetables, and the herbs from the ground. So let's just cut out the middleman, and you get your protein from the fruits, vegetables, and the herbs that are coming from the ground. And we'll go over like protein-rich foods that you can eat. So that's why I say I don't recommend any meat today. Now, this was 100 years ago or 500 years ago. Then, of course, for the carnivores, the red meat diet. But I like to say protein-based. So for old blood type, protein-based. I don't want to say meat-based. I will say protein-based. And then for the A blood type, I say plant-based. All right? All right? So if you just now joining, this live will be posted on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Higher Levels with Shay. So you can subscribe to my YouTube, and this live will be posted to Higher Levels with Shay. Okay? All right. Again, for those who have subscribed, we're going to end this live, and then I'm going to take a 10-minute break, and then we're going to come back for the exclusive content. And with the exclusive content, we're going to talk about disease processes for these particular blood types and what herbs you can eat to prevent yourself of those disease processes. So that's what's going to be coming back for those who have been subscribing, and I do appreciate those who have subscribed. All right, so we're going to get into B. So now let's get into B blood type. So for those who are B, whether you B positive or B negative, the diet, the lifestyle change, everything, what I'm going to tell you is the same. Now what's different is when you're talking about blood transfusion, we're talking from a medical standpoint. So with B blood types, you are not compatible with A blood type or a B blood type. You are only compatible to receive blood or receive blood from O and B blood types. That's your donors are O and B. However, you can give only to B or AB. So you can give blood to B and AB, but you can only receive blood from O and B. If you receive blood from AB or A, your body will have a anaphylactic response to it. That is a deadly response, and it's going to fight back that particular blood transfusion. You're going to start having responses like swelling of the inflammation of the neck, inflammation of your respiratory system. You're going to start having some fever. You're going to start having some chills, and this is for any transfusion response. Any spike of a fever, that means that your body is not responding well to this transfusion. And so to eliminate all that, that's why it's very important for you to know your blood type. Very important for you to know your blood type. Now, when it comes to blood B, now here's the difference between for blood B. So A was more plant-based. O is more of a protein-based. B, it's not that it has to be a well-balanced diet with A or B. It's that B is more like it's your diet and your lifestyle is more confusing. Like you're more trying to adapt. So you adapt better to your climate. You adapt better to your environment more so than you do the foods. You see what I mean? So those who have B blood type, it's like for some people, let's say they eat tomatoes. They have a more of a lectin, Lectin resistance. So a lectin intolerance. So foods that are full with lectin, for those who have B blood types, you got some who, depend on their environment, where they live, their bodies will adjust and they can consume some lectin foods. And then you have some where, depending on their environment, no matter what, the lectin is going to destroy their liver. So it destroys your liver detoxification mechanism if you have an increased lectin intake. And like I said, so with B, it's not more so of a diet, it's more of a climate adaptation when it comes to B blood types. All right. Do y'all get what I'm saying when I say it comes? Do y'all understand what I mean when I say it's more of a environmental adaptation more so than the food adaptation? Are y'all understanding what I mean when I say that? If you get it, then heart this live if y'all understand what I'm saying. Because B, honestly, they can do well from protein diet, and they can do very well from a vegetable diet. It's more so of where they are in the climate. Are they in a cold climate? Are they in a hot climate? And what their body actually needs. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, Soshi, for your commentary. So you absolutely have to have a real balanced diet as a B blood type. But again, keep in mind, it's more so about your climate and where you are. Okay? Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all. Now, B is more so, like I said, they more of an omnivore diet. So that's what that basically means. You can do fruits, you can do vegetables, you can do protein, you can do meats, you can do fish. It's just about more so of your climate. Now, AB blood type. That is the most newest. That's the newest blood type, and we're talking about 5 to 7 centuries ago. AB is the newer blood type. Now, with AB blood, that one is kind of like the universe saved the best for last. So if you are AB negative or positive, but what it is your body is notorious for being able to adapt to any climate and diet change. You can thrive whether you are protein based. You can thrive whether you are omnivore based. You can thrive whether you are herbivore based. You can thrive in hot weather. You can thrive in cold weather. AB blood type is one of those bloods that those individuals are not as susceptible to disease processes, autoimmune diseases or anything. That particular blood type, when I say they were designed to survive any situation. They were designed to adapt and be able to survive any form of situation. They have the benefits of A blood, and they have the benefits of B blood. And so with AB blood type, they are the universal receivers. So they can only give to AB, and they can give to they can only give to AB, but which is meaning AB blood type. So they can only give to their specific blood type, but they can receive blood from every blood type. They can receive blood from A, they can receive blood from B, and they can receive blood from O, they can receive blood from AB. Yes, they can survive a lot. So if you are AB positive, AB negative, you can survive a lot. You can survive a lot. So for O, wheat and grains are not your best friend. Protein is your best friend. So for O blood type. So for AB blood type, all of the benefits of A, the benefits of O, and the benefits of B is the AB blood type. They're like the universal survivors. They can survive in any type of form of environment. So let's get to the diets. Let's get to the diets. So make sure y'all are ready to write this stuff down, okay? No problem. We're gonna start with the old diet first, okay? And for old diets, y'all ready to write this stuff down? Yes, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the shares. Thank y'all for the hearts and thank y'all for the shares. Do I have any questions before we get to the diet? Because I don't want to just jump. I want to make sure I slow it down and make sure that I am, taking into consideration that y'all are on here to learn something. So, do y'all have any questions before we get to the foods, the fruits, the vegetables, the breads, whatever it is y'all need to know? And it's about O, this could be about AB. Now, we did not get to the foods yet, so y'all going to ask me questions about what foods is your blood types. We're going to get into that. Do y'all have any questions about A blood type, B blood type, O, and AB blood types? So I will say this while y'all typing y'all questions in the comments. The RH, that's your RhoGAM. I'll tell you right now, for RH, if you are RH negative, I'm sorry, if you are RH negative, and for those, this is for women specifically, if you are RH negative and you are pregnant, planning to become pregnant, they're going to do a test on you, the RhoGAM test, to check your blood type, and they're going to match it against your baby's blood type. Now, what's going on is, by you being RH negative, unfortunately, you are more prone to infertility issues. You are more prone to miscarriages. We're not speaking that on anybody. This is just for educational purposes. So you're more prone to infertilities. You're more prone to miscarriages. You're more prone to having complications during birth. Now, why is it that someone whose RhoGAM is negative, why are they more prone to having complications during birth or just during a pregnancy in general? Especially if you have your baby is positive. Your baby's blood type is positive. So if your baby's blood type is positive, those are antibodies that's in your body. And again, your body knows that that is a foreign object. It's not supposed to be there. So it's going to reject it. It's going to reject it. It's going to fight it off. Now, what they do is they give you injections. They give you a shot called a RhoGAM shot. RHOGAM. They give you this shot, especially during birth. And they make sure they give it to you during birth, because we all know when we giving birth, and this is a birth whether you are cesarean, meaning a C-section, or whether it's a vaginal birth. Regardless of how you're about to give birth, you're going to get this injection. What that injection does, it boosts up the antibodies in your body so that your body doesn't go into a adverse response or doesn't go into a defense response. Okay, it's going to go into a reverse what am I saying? A protective response, and attack you within yourself. So if your baby is positive and you're negative, and then you give birth, understand that some of that positive blood is going to then seep into your body during birth, and that shot, which is spelled RHOGAM, RHOGAM. The RhoGAM shot, you're going to get that shot during when you're in labor. So when you're in labor, you're going to get that shot to prevent you from mortality or severe complications during birth. Okay? So that's what I want to make sure I stress when we talk about the negatives and the positives. And by you being negative, if your RH is negative, it's more, how can I explain this nicely? It's a lot more complicated if you need a blood transfusion to find your blood compatibility, because many of us out here are what is A positive, B positive, O positive, AB positive. It's very rare for your RH to be negative. So somebody asks, what's a rare blood type? AB negative, O negative. Those are extremely rare blood types. Extremely rare blood types. And so if your RH is negative then you have a, I don't say it's a rare blood type, but it's more complicated and it's going to be more difficult to find your blood compatibility. So what I would encourage, you all to do is, if you know that you're going to be going into surgery where you may or might not need a blood transfusion, or if you know that you are somebody who's more prone to constantly needing transfusion, then donate your own blood. That way you have what is called an auto transfusion. Auto meaning you are receiving your own blood. So if you know you're gonna have surgery, and then more than like one of the complications is going to be severe blood loss, and you may need a blood transfusion, then ask them beforehand if you can donate your own blood, and that would help eliminate. That would help to eliminate, and not to eliminate, but it expedite the process of you having your blood, because it's your blood. Okay. Let me see. Any more questions? She said, I found out I was RH negative when I was pregnant with my son. And so what was your son's blood type? What was your son's blood type? And did you have to take the injection, if you don't mind sharing? So if you don't mind sharing, Miss Queen, what was your son's blood type? And did you take the injection? Oh, good. Good. She says, my son was RH negative as well. They gave me the injection when I was pregnant. See? Good, 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 good. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. And it's very important because it protects your child. It protects you from complications. And I highly encourage everybody to find out their blood type this year. Okay? So, if you don't have any more questions, we're going to get into the diets. Okay? So, let's get into the old diet. Yes, she said, they told me that I have to get that injection every time I get pregnant. Absolutely. Every time you get pregnant, you have to get that injection. Absolutely. 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 So we're going to go over some diets here. Some diets. So for blood type O, you want to make sure that you eat a diet that enhances your thyroid. That enhances your thyroid functionality, because what you have, what your risk is insulin resistance. All right. So those who are type O, you are more prone to being a diabetic. Okay, so you want to make sure that you eat foods that are thyroid friendly, liver friendly. Okay, so I'm going to give y'all some fruits. I'm going to give y'all some vegetables that y'all can eat that'll help boost it, and I'm going to give y'all some foods to avoid. Okay, so type O, here are the foods that you want to avoid, because you don't want to trigger any inflammation, and whether it's inflammation of the liver, whether it's inflammation of the thyroid system. Okay, so some foods that you want to avoid. Type O, avoid these foods: wheat, corn, dairy, tomatoes, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. Now, why am I saying cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower for type O? The reason why I'm saying cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage for type O is because what they do is they impair your thyroid function. It impairs your thyroid function. So you want to make sure that you avoid those foods, because you want to eat foods that are going to boost your thyroid. Okay? Yes, type O, avoid cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. Those are going to deplete your thyroid function. Tomatoes are going to deplete your gut functionality. So your digestive system is way too acidic for you. Okay? Corn and wheat, that's going to cause inflammation. Okay? Kidney beans. All right? So you want to make sure you stay away from those foods. Now, some superfoods that you could eat. Some superfoods and super vegetables for type O blood type are omega-3 foods. And when I say omega-3 foods, I'm talking about like fish, like salmon, sea bass. Somebody said, oh Lord. Halibut, red snapper. So these are foods that are going to, that you could eat that are going to encourage you, okay? So healthy foods for O blood type. Red meats, as they like to say, that's back in the day. Like I said, today's meat, I don't recommend any of today's meats. But red meats, turmeric, yeah, onions, broccoli, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens, and fava beans. So let me know if I'm going too fast for you. So I'll say that again. So beneficial foods for blood type O. Omega-3 rich foods like your sea bass, your salmon, all right, your halibut, red snapper. You know, pineapple is actually good for type O. Pineapples is very, 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 very good for type O. It prevents inflammation in your body. When I say inflammation, I'm talking about inflammation, whether it's your muscles, whether it's your thyroid, whether it's your gut. Pineapples helps to prevent inflammation. Okay? Collard greens, mushrooms. She said, but they are too sweet. But here's the thing about pineapple. If you don't like sweet pineapple, because remember, the more ripe it is, the sweeter it's going to be. So get you a pineapple that isn't as ripe and then try that. And see if that helps you. See if that works for you. Okay? Type A. Well, luckily for you, there's still other foods, okay? Luckily for you, pineapple isn't the only food in the world. Okay? Type A. Let's go into type A. Do I have any questions for the type O diet? We got y'all some foods and some fruits and some vegetables that you could eat. But the main thing I think I want y'all to know is the foods that are going to trigger and that are harmful for you. So remember, type O, you're more of the runners. You're more of the bike riders. You're more of the weightlifting. You're the hunters. Okay? Protein based. Stay away from a lot of wheat. No cauliflower. So that's what I want y'all to really try to get from this. Dairy, corn, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower. Stay away from those foods. Okay? And then for type A, yours is more stress imbalance, hormone imbalance. So we have the thyroid, but yours more like the adrenal glands. Okay? So that is more so your issue when it comes to if you want to have like a healthy diet and you want to lose weight. So I'm going to give you, so for the type A, I'm going to give you some foods that are first, some of your problem foods, and then some healthy beneficial foods. So problem foods are type A. And remember, type A, you're more of the yogas, you're more of the meditators, you're more of the gardeners. All right? So you're more herbivores. Okay? So for type A, you have red meat. These are your bad foods, okay? Red meats. Oh. Somebody said, hold on, you still writing? All right. And then we're going to talk about sickle cell disease. And the reason why I want to talk about sickle cell disease, so I go over these diets, some good foods to avoid and some good foods to eat. But I want to talk about sickle cell because sickle cell is part of the blood, and that is one extremely rare blood type. Not rare, I didn't mean to say rare, but it is a common blood type, predominantly in melanated African, those of African descent. And I see a lot of patients that come in with sickle cell crisis, and I want to just tackle that and just give y'all some education on sickle cell disease and some things that can make you go into sickle cell crisis and some things you can do to help prevent those crises and prevent you from having to end up in a hospital. So if you know anybody who has sickle cell disease, share this live with them and invite them on this live, okay? I haven't figured out a topic what we're going to talk about Tuesday. So for Tuesday show, oh, you know what I do want to make sure I let you guys know that tomorrow I'll be going live. However, I'll be going live from my morning radio show, KPTV, KP Radio. So I'll be doing my morning show, but I'll still have my live on TikTok going. But I won't be talking to the TikTok audience because I'll be on radio. So I'll just have the TikTok live on me. But you guys are I'll just, you know, be doing the radio show, the morning show, okay? So I'll be going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. on KPTV and KP Radio. So for those, and that's Central Standard Time, for those who will be able to tune in. Of course, we're going to talk about faith. We're going to play some gospel music, and we're going to just be talking about still the medical. We still have our medical moments, but then we're also going to be talking about some business, giving some business bonuses, okay? Like grants, how to build a business credit, things like that go on a radio show. And then I do guest interviews, okay? So that is a 1 hour show, and I'll be doing that from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Mondays. So make sure y'all tune in, okay? A blood type was to balance the adrenal glands. All right. So she said blood type, the balance of the adrenal glands for what? A blood type, or that's what we're gonna be getting into. That's what we're gonna be getting into now, okay? Now you saying as far as the foods that are going to prohibit it, or are you asking for the foods that are going to boost up the adrenal glands? What are we talking about here? She says, how do I tune in? You can tune in on KingdomPurposeRadio.com, StreamYard. I stream from StreamYard, but go to Kingdom Purpose TV, KingdomPurposeRadio.com. And I'll be going live there. And I'll also be going live here. And again, if y'all are missing it, then I will be posting this to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Higher Levels with Shay. Okay? Higher Levels with Shay. All right? Yes, Reggie. Great book. Yep. Absolutely, Reggie. Eat right for your blood type. Yes. Soshi, are you able to pin those comments? Because I think you should be able to pin those so that people who coming in, they're able to, I'll pin it. So I'm going to pin these comments that she's putting in here. So those who are coming in, you can refer to these pinned comments for those that are now tuning in. But I feel like everybody's writing down and getting this down because all right, so for B, like I said, so for B foods, you want to be careful because a lot of foods can trigger dysfunction in your liver. Thank y'all for the hearts. A lot of food can trigger dysfunction in your liver. So for B, I'm going to give you some foods that you need to avoid because you don't want to cause an imbalance in your liver detoxification mechanism, okay? And you don't want to have liver disease, because you're more prone to liver disease, B blood types, okay? And foods that can cause issues with your liver function are more so like lentils and beans. Lentils and beans. If you're learning anything, please heart. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So you want to stay away from foods like chicken, corn, beans. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Jessica, for the gifts. I appreciate it. Artichokes, black eyed peas. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate the hearts. I appreciate the gifts. And we all know alcohol. Let's just be honest. We all know about alcohol. We all know about drugs. I feel like at this point, I don't even need to repeat that on the live. Because every single live, no matter what disease process I'm discussing, and those are the two things I talk about, is no alcohol, no drugs. Thank you for the gifts. Thank y'all for the hearts. What do you guys think we should talk about Tuesday? I have a few ideas of what I want to talk about, but what do you think we should talk about Tuesday when we go live? Y'all type it in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think we should be discussing on Tuesday? And remember, the reason why it's important why I'm doing blood types today is because when people come to me as a certified herbalist and we're talking about detoxing, we're talking about disease process, we're talking about different herbs and diets that I encourage you all to take depending on that certain disease process. The next question, the first question I'm going to ask is not only about your medical background, not only about allergies, but I'm going to also ask you about your blood type. Because let's just say there is somebody with hypertension, or two people with hypertension, blood pressure, diseases, yet they type O versus a blood type A. You see what I'm saying? It's very important because we are all individuals with our own deoxyribonucleic acid structures, which we have our own DNA structure and mRNA structure, and so everybody's diet is not the same. And so when I see people who follow the same diet because their friends are on it, or somebody has high blood pressure and they eat the same food because a herbalist or a doctor encourage that diet, it's like it's not smart for you to do that. It's smart for you to do your own research. It's smart for you to seek your own herbalist or your own providers recommendations. And I'm talking about holistic recommendations. I'm not talking about medicinal recommendations, but it's important for you to do it yourself because your body type is totally different from everybody else in the world. Your DNA is different from everybody in the world. So you don't want to just go off of somebody's diet because they have a blood pressure. I mean, they have hypertension like you have hypertension, or they have acute kidney injury like you have acute kidney injury. So now you're doing what someone told them to do. No, take it upon yourself to go schedule you an appointment with an herbalist, with a specialist, with a holistic physician yourself, and get your own blood work done. Because y'all, your body is not the same. Your body may not respond to that particular diet the same. Your body may not even respond to that specific herb the same. What if you're allergic to that herb? Okay? All right? Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the hearts. And a great appreciation to Soshi. Thank you. So I guess Reggie was in the comments as I was responding to the first question. I guess he was asking about insulin resistance. And Soshi is amazing. She commented and says insulin resistance occurs when the body cell don't respond effectively to insulin, leading to elevated blood glucose. And we talked about diabetes. Actually, we talked about diabetes on last week. And that video can be found on my YouTube channel. So diabetes can be found on my YouTube channel. Okay? And what we discussed also was great response, Soshi. We also discussed exercises, like natural exercises decrease your blood sugar. So exercising actually decreases your blood sugar. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. So we went over, let's see, we did B. Did we do B? No, we did not do B. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do B right now. So make sure y'all got y'all pens. So we went over A, we went over O. No, we didn't finish B. We're going to do that right now, okay? Thank you, Soshi. YouTube channel is Higher Levels with Shay. Higher Levels with Shay. That is my YouTube channel. Reggie, you are more than welcome. More than welcome. I did see in a comment when I asked you all what's the next topic for Tuesday, somebody said CHF and hypertension. We actually just did that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that is on my YouTube channel. So we did. So I'll tell you what we went over first, and what y'all can find on my YouTube channel. We went over female reproductive issues like PCOS. We went over infertility. We went over menstrual issues. We went over fibroids and different cysts. In men, we went over erectile dysfunction. We went over priapism. We went over prostate issues in men and infertility in men. And we gave out different herbs and remedies you could do to help with that. We went over exercises for women to tighten and strengthen their vaginal walls and lubrication. And we also, for men, we went over how to strengthen and enlarge the penis for those different exercises. We went over diabetes and pancreatic issues. We went over diabetes type 1, diabetes type 2, diabetes type 3, which is known as dementia. We went over autoimmune disease like lupus, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia. We went over kidney issues, acute kidney injury, chronic kidney disease. We went over cardiovascular issues, hypertension, CHF, congestive heart failure, atherosclerosis. We went over a lot. And with the autoimmune disease, we talked about the neurovascular system. So those are some of the diagnosis that we did go over. And then now we're doing blood type right now. We're doing blood type now. And so I think what I should do next is either liver function or bone. So you'll tell me. So if I should do like liver issues or should I do bone issues? Osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, low bone density. So should I do bone? Y'all tell me in the comments on Tuesday. Should we go over bone or should we go over like the liver? Not liver and bone talk, girl. I can't do both. We want to keep it organized. Bone, bone, bone. I'm saying bone. I'm saying liver and bone. I see one liver. So I'm getting a lot of bones. I'm getting a lot of people saying bone, 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 bone. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so then let's do, I see a lot of people saying bones, 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 bones. All right, so let's do bones Tuesday. We'll talk about foods that strengthen the bone. We'll talk about the functionality, the proper functionality of the bones. And we'll talk about some issues that deplete your bone density. We're going to talk about bone marrow and the red blood cell production in the bone marrow. We're going to talk about medications that actually decreases your bone densities, like steroids, corticosteroids, prednisones. We'll do bones. We'll do bones Tuesday. Osteoporosis, osteoarthritis. We'll do bone, and especially with bones when it comes to children who has the calcium and vitamin D deficiency. Y'all ever seen children who has like those bow legs? That is a bone. That is a mineral deficiency. Or if they have where their knees are kind of, the lamest term is knock-kneed. So I'll just say that. and that's going to be 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday. So if you have a child whose knees are their knees are touching, meanwhile they're standing straight, or what is considered, well, in layman's term, I'm going to say bow leg, because I typically say the medical terms, but then a lot of people don't know what I'm speaking about. So those are actually bone diseases that are caused because of mineral deficiencies. So when I do bones, we're going to cover all of that on Tuesday. We're going to talk about all of that on Tuesday, and the foods you can take to help strengthen your bones and your bone density, okay? Any exercises, because it actually does matter. So we'll do bones. So sorry, Reggie, we'll do liver another day. I know you said liver, but the majority ruled. So we had this our family reunion. Family reunion said bone. So we'll do bone, and then we'll go over. So where did I stop? Did I stop on? I think I did A. So we'll do, did I finish A? I think she put everything in A in the comments already. Yeah, she put A in the comments. So we'll go to, no, I didn't finish A. You know what? I didn't finish A. We'll go with Christine, we're doing B next. So for A, I didn't finish A because I think I was talking about the imbalances and the foods that cause the imbalances with A, but I didn't get into the foods that improves A. So for the foods that improve A, remember we always talk about dandelion, and remember dandelion is good for the kidney and the nephrons. Dandelion is good for the neurons. Dandelions also decreases blood sugar. Dandelions help with regulating blood pressure. So if you are type A, well, if you anybody, dandelion is important for you, but for type A specifically, because it controls your balance when it comes to your microbiomes. That's the good bacteria in your body and in your gut. So dandelion, prunes, beans, Swiss chard. So dandelions, prunes, beans, Swiss chard, lemons, spring water, natural spring water. So we're not talking about any specific disease processes. So I know y'all used to be going over like a list of herbs. This is just the blood. Just helping to improve the blood. That's all we're doing, okay? Berries. Blueberries. Yes. Prunes, beans, lemons, spring water, blueberries. Seeds, flax seeds. Okay? Mushrooms. Don't forget the dandelions. And don't forget the omega-3 foods like soybeans is good, but sardines. So soybeans are good. Sardines, red snapper. Those are going to help to, yeah, so put those in there as well. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to pin these comments that Sochi is putting in there, okay? The next thing we're going to do is talk about B. Okay? We're going to talk about B. Foods that are good for B, okay? And don't forget that B blood type is extremely sensitive to the lectin. We're talking about that. L-E-C-T-I-N. If you are a B blood type, I don't care if you're positive or negative, look up lectin. Look up foods that are high in lectin. And try to avoid them, okay? Yes, L-E-C-T-I-N. So you want to stay away from corn. We mentioned corn. You want to stay away from wheat. Okay? Stay away from wheat. Beans are not your friend. So if you are B blood type, that's easy to remember. Beans are not your friend because you're B. Okay? Beans are not your friend. Tomatoes are not your friend. Tomatoes are not your friend. I want to make sure I'm slowing down because I don't want to go too fast, okay? So beans, corn starch, those are foods that you want to avoid. Wheats, tomatoes, avoid foods that are high in lectin. All right? Thank you. Thank you. Check the comments. She's putting them in the comments. Make sure y'all are writing this down because she's putting them in the comments, okay? Foods that you could eat. Cheeses, dairy. Dairy. These are the good foods for people who are B blood type. So dairy, mustard greens, cabbage, tea, specifically green tea. Sardines, green tea, sardines, lamb. Okay? And you put cheeses in there, right? Like cottage cheese. You put like different cheeses in there too. So different cheeses as well. Cottage cheese, mozzarella cheese, Swiss cheese. So when I say dairy, I want to be more specific, okay? And the reason why, and what makes cheese really beneficial for your blood type, or dairy really beneficial for your blood type, is it reduces your lectin sensitivity. It reduces your lectin sensitivity. So that's why cheeses are really beneficial for you, okay? Those mustard greens, they really beneficial for improving your liver function. And the green teas are really good for improving your liver function. All right? So that's why certain foods like this is really good for you, okay? Cabbage, yeast, and molasses is really good for improving your good bacteria in your body, the microbiomes. It helps to improve the liver. I'm telling you, dandelion, I think everybody is really sleeping on the dandelions. All right. Now for AB, as I discussed, is amazing when it comes to being able to adapt. AB can adapt to any environment, any climate, any food, any diet. Their body's immune system is magnificent when it comes to different disease processes. To be honest with you, AB are one of the blood types that's rarely get sick. They're rarely sick. And they are sick, I don't care if it's COVID, the influenza, whatever, they're sick for not even a day or two. Like maybe like a day or two at max. Because their immune system, their boost up is AB is, yes. Then dandelion root, dandelion leaf. You can eat dandelion as a greens, eat those leaves. So AB is one of those diets where you're lectin sensitive, but then you're not. You're lactose intolerant, but then yet you're not. You may have an allergy to coconut 1 year, but then your body can build up an antigens and immunity, and you're no longer allergic to coconut. So AB is one of those blood types that it is the universal survivors. O are the universal hunters. A is the universal cultural gardening. B is more so environmental friendly. They can adapt to any environment. And AB can adapt to everything. Everything. All right. Do we have any questions before we start getting on AB's diet? So instead of me talking the foods to help improve, because your body is going to adjust to it, I'll talk about the foods. Repeat which part? So I'll go back and repeat. I think you mean as far as I was saying, like A, what was what. So O is the universal hunters. O is universal hunters. A are the universal agricultural communities. B is more of a climate. So they're more adaptable to climate. So it's not so much as diet as it is with climate. And then AB adapts to weather, food, diet, disease processes. AB is the universal survivor. AB are the universal survivors. Christine, that was just B that we were going over. That was B that we was just going over. And she put them in a comments, and I pinned the comments. This lab is going to be available on my YouTube channel at Higher Levels with Shay. Okay? All right? Now, one thing about AB is one food that is really not their best friend is sugar. Sugar is really not AB's friend. A lot of sugar. AB blood type is already like extremely analytical. They're extremely observant, and I don't want to use the word hyper, but AB has a lot of natural energy. Their neurovascular system is extremely sharp. AB, typically their senses are extremely sharp if they are taking care of themselves appropriately with appropriate diet. So sugar is not their best friend because it causes hypersensitivity with the neurovascular system. Okay? So caffeine and sugar is truly not AB's best friend. Okay? So you're talking about avoiding some food. Definitely caffeine, definitely sugar. Pork. Pork is not AB's friend. It's not. All right? So you want to make sure you avoid pork. You want to make sure you avoid coffee or caffeine for that matter. And you want to make sure you avoid sugar. You ever seen somebody who was just like always energetic? They was always happy. And they don't even need coffee. They don't even need sugar. More than likely, they're AB positive. I mean, AB blood type. I don't want to say the RH, but AB blood type. All right. Chicken. Put down chicken as well. Chicken is not their best friends. Now, cheese is good. Cheese is good for AB blood type. Watermelon, so melons in general is good for AB blood type. Spring water, staying hydrated, is really good for AB's blood type. Okay, mushrooms, the mycelium kingdom, and that's any kind of mushrooms. And the reason why mushrooms is good because it's good for the neurovascular system. The neurovascular system. Now, mushrooms is a fungus, so this goes for any blood type. If you're consuming mushrooms It is a fungus, and so what it does is it helps to boost the good fungus, the good microbiomes in your body. And so for those who are AB positive, again, your body is easily adaptable to any type of diet. So you want to make sure that you consume a lot of mushrooms to be able to digest and detoxify yourself of any, any toxins. So you want to make sure that you increase your good bacteria in your body with the mushrooms. Okay? So hydration, melon, mushrooms, water, fish. Fish is really good. And when it comes to exercising, I don't think I talked about that with AB. If your blood type is AB, when it comes to exercising, it's all about a good balance. It's about a good balance. So it's like you can do meditation and yoga one day, and then you can go jogging and run the next day, and then you can, yes. So AB is all about balance. It's all about balance. Your body will adapt. Yeast is really good. Cranberries, plums, walnuts is really good for AB balance. Okay? Do I have any questions? Because for those who subscribe, we're going to go over, I'm going to talk about something exclusive in the subscription. What we're going to talk about is 2 disease processes for each blood type, and we're going to talk about herbs to prevent yourself from those blood types, okay? But before we get into it, this one's going to be really quick. It's not a lot. It is sickle cell disease. All right? So sickle cell disease. So if you know anybody who has a sickle cell disease, you know anybody who has sickle cell traits, please make sure you share this live, okay?
I wanna be with you always, 'cause that is what my heart says. That's what my heart says.